Hey, all, my name is Kurt. I'm here with this guy, Trenton. Welcome to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar, and today is a fun show. I love doing these shows, Trenton. I really, really do.
You got like
love them.
You got hair right there.
Got a big old hair there?
Jeez. Mom's hair right there. Well, I'll say too.
Thank you. Thank you for cleaning me up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
We had a different video planned for today.
We did.
And we're not gonna spoil it or anything,
Yeah,
but I
didn't
thought
work
he
out.
had the bottle we needed. I think he thought I had the bottle we needed, and we didn't.
And there we are.
We were I usually don't think ahead too much, but I was like, I should probably bring these bottles over just in case.
And I'm really glad you do, because I love the shows where we try new things we've never tried before.
Yeah, and none of it's allocated. I'll say that.
And we got a great lineup here. I don't
Yeah.
know. Some of the stuff you brought over, I have no idea what that thing is. The Still Austin here, I've enjoyed the last few that we've tasted from them, especially their Oated. Remember the Oated one? So good.
How could I forget that one?
So I don't know what that one is. You have to talk about that. This was gifted to us, and we'll get into all that stuff. But this is all bourbon, right? This is all bourbon?
Maybe. This might be a wheat. This actually doesn't say. Yes, this is bourbon.
Okay.
These are all bourbons.
Okay.
Yep.
All bourbons we've never tasted before. I love doing this stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to start with the Still Austin. I lined them up, Trenton, per the proof.
Yes.
Okay. So
these were all
works
just
for me.
These were all just open. They've been swirled, they've been twirled, they've been poured, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So we're going to start with the Still Austin bottle. You brought this over tonight. What do we have here? What is this thing?
Take this with a grain of salt, but I did do a little bit of research on this.
I love their labels too.
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah, super cool.
So this is like a seasonal release.
Okay.
So the red corn was for the summer. They have different ones coming for each season. There's like a red label, a yellow, a green, and a blue.
Okay.
And they all correspond with different seasons and the time of release.
Oh, okay.
So this is, summer 2023.
I saw
this
that.
is I'm glad I saw it.
Good.
This is the summer release, and it's 100 proof. I believe it was a distillery only release, maybe Texas only, but we have a couple subscribers and patrons that live in Texas that I kind of put some feelers out for, and I said, hey, if you can find one of these, let me know. And no, actually, it wasn't Texas only because Illinois had some. Jay texted me a picture.
Great.
So this must be like a nationwide or state depending kind of release, not
Wherever
just
they
distillery
distribute
only.
to. Oh, sure. Okay.
This was, I believe, either $74.99 or $79.99.
Okay.
So not too bad.
Red corn, huh?
Yeah.
Red corn bourbon whiskey. 100 proof. All right.
What? You smell it yet?
Not really.
That's really unique.
That is. What is that?
It's like an old dusty rocking chair you find at a Cracker Barrel.
You hate Cracker Barrel.
I hate Cracker Barrel, but man,
But you remember the old dusty rocker chairs out in the front,
Well,
right?
yeah, when you're waiting for 2 hours because everybody and their mom loves Cracker Barrel and you got something to do, so you sit in the rocking chairs and play the chess on the tablecloth thing.
You're right.
We used to do that a lot.
Yes,
especially when we went to like Wisconsin Dells and stuff. We'd stop by Cracker Barrel.
I used to make you go to Cracker Barrel
Yes,
because
you
I
did.
like it.
Maybe that's why I hate it now.
But now that you're an adult, you just say, no, I'm not going there.
When we travel, they're like,
I
oh,
still
Cracker
like
Barrel. I just go right by the exit.
I
I'm
like
like, oh, darn, I missed it,
I'm in. I like it though. It's got a light caramel note to it. A really sweet caramel in there too. It does have that dusty effect to it, like you're speaking to.
I know.
Wow. Nice.
Doesn't smell or have like similar aspects of a Texas bourbon or a whiskey to it, which I like.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Have you tasted any yet?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's like a real nice fruitiness to it. It's like kind of refreshing. It reminds me of like a summeriness.
It is. It's really surprising to me. On the back end of the palate, I do get a little bit of the characteristics of a Texas whiskey. Okay, there's no denying that.
A little saddly.
Not harsh.
It's there though.
But it adds depth to the sip. I like that. There's definitely a fruitiness and a nice sweetness in the front of the palate with a little bit of fruitiness there.
It's like a strawberry kind of thing. But I like how it's not super in your face. It's just kind of like, hey, I'm here.
Hey, I got a little strawberry.
And I'm not
here
mad
for
about
you.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really neat. Not what I was expecting. Was
No.
that what you was expecting?
No.
Not me.
Well, like red corn, I don't know what that. I've seen it in like decorations at Bushi's house. He has them in like a bowl, but it's like I'd be lying if I said I hadn't took a nibble out of one.
Well, right. You go with me here on this a little bit. What I've had from Still Austin is usually pretty bold and robust, and kind of in your face flavor, you know, strong. This one's more of an elegant sip, which I wasn't expecting. And it's not super rich. It's not dense, but it's very well balanced.
That's a great way to put it.
It's got kind of a medium viscosity. You got the fruitiness, and it goes into a little bit of that. You know, I like it. You know, it's really neat. It's really neat. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm glad that I got two. I'll give you that one, and I have one for myself. Probably should have gotten one for Kent too, but they're still around. Maybe I'll ask Jay to get one for me so I can give it to Kent. But
pretty nice. I like it.
I'm excited to try the 3 upcoming seasonal ones they have too. Yeah. Like if that's any indication of what's to come, that's pretty. And 100 proof.
With Still Austin, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I really, really like their stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
I do. All right, let's move on to the next one.
This is yours,
Trenton. Yeah, this was sent to us from the good folks at McBrayer Legacy Spirits. This is W.H. McBrayer. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, small batch, non-chill filtered, which I like a lot. You going to be okay there?
Yeah. I'm trying not to like burp in the microphone.
Yeah, please. Keep it that way. This is a small batch, non-chill filtered. This is barrel strength. It's 103.5 proof. I apologize. I do not know the price point of this since it was sent to me, so I apologize for that. I want to read you one thing because this is super cool, and I'll try to make it quick.
Story time with Kurt.
Yeah, why not? This bourbon is the McBrayer family's tribute to one of Kentucky's founding distillers, W.H. McBrayer, who was otherwise known as the Judge. Using heirloom grains grown only a few miles from his original distillery, this spirit was carefully crafted to honor the superior quality that earned the Judge his worldwide whiskey. To replicate his highly coveted recipe, we used McBrayer's original mash bill, which was discovered on the back of a handwritten letter he wrote to E.H. Taylor in 1870.
No way.
Isn't that wild? Neat. The mash bill is 88.4% Bloody Butcher corn, 5.8% heritage rye, 5.8% malted barley. I just thought that was cool.
Very specific.
You know, I had to read that too.
That is really neat.
You know, they found the original mash bill on a handwritten note to E.H. Taylor.
That's wild.
So let's see what we got here, buddy. Ooh, baking spices.
Is that what that? I'm struggling on the nose with this one. It smells good. I'm just not really
completely
sure.
Different than the one over here, for sure. Maybe some brown sugar sweetness a little bit, but more baking spices for me.
Is that like allspice? Reminds me of that like St. Elizabeth allspice liqueur that you have.
Yeah.
A little bit of oak sprinkled in there, but like I'm kind of struggling on the nose on this one.
No, yeah, it's for me it's baking spices all day long.
Ooh.
Okay, now
I'm not usually speechless when it comes to the bottle, but
this is why I love these kind of shows, right? You know, unfortunately, sometimes you're going to get a clunker too. That's not the case with this one at all. But it's completely different from the Still Austin. This one is now you're getting more of the robust flavor profile, the richness.
Do you get like a slight sourness?
I'm
on the bus with this one. I'm not gonna lie. I know I like it, but it's like different.
Do you ever get a sourness with Wild Turkey? Because I do, and I love that about it. So maybe that's why I'm drawn to this a little bit, because I can see what you're saying on the second sip when I'm looking for it. It's got a touch of sourness there.
Zippy. It honestly kind of reminds me of like a sourdough bread.
Perfect. Yeah. And the richness I get, sincerely, is back into that baking spice department.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of baking spice notes in there for me. Maybe even a molasses note in there. I get no light, caramel sweetness in there, but more of a molasses richness.
Molasses
baking
on
spices.
Sourdough toast. Wow. Yeah.
Sourdough. Perfect.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
What really different. I wasn't expecting that at all. The mash bill sounded kind of different, especially with those like odd 0.4 percentages and everything. But that's
thank you for sending that to us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
that's
that's
really neat.
Great. Appreciate the opportunity. I liked it. All right, I'm intrigued. That's all I got to tell you on this one. I have no idea what you got going on in that bottle right there.
So, I'm not gonna lie. Well, don't look at that part. So, from what I understand, it's kind of difficult to find accurate information on this brand. On the back, it says bourbon from the Black Hills. There is what is that? Black Hill. There's a Black Hill bourbon that's like really well known in the early 2000s, late 1990s. That is now going for a lot. And I hadn't heard of Old Man Winter. And then when I was doing some research on this, there are some bottles of Old Man Winter 14, 15, 20 years old that are going for $4,000 to $5,000.
What?
It seems like they're associated in some way with Willet.
I've never heard of it.
Like older Willet. Now, here's where I think you're going to get kind of upset. Not only is it $160,
I saw that.
there is no age. There is no age statement, no mash bill information, and no sourced information.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. I mean, it does say that it's Kentucky, Indiana, but that could mean it probably MGP.
Yeah.
But what's like no age statement? That's kind of a bummer.
True.
Especially for the price point.
109.8 proof.
Oh yeah, the proof point. Yep. So
okay. I just really like whiskeys that are, transparent.
Yeah.
Transparency. Tell us what you got in there.
Especially
let's see what we got.
Especially if you're paying that kind of money for
Absolutely,
it.
100%.
Just provide a little bit of information.
Right. I'm with you.
I didn't know anything about this, and then I was told that this is like one of the oldest bourbon brands there is.
No clue.
I wasn't able to fact check that information with anything that I saw. So that could be I don't know.
Right.
But I couldn't pass it up,
No. No, I'm very curious what you're going to say about the nose.
It's like if you
I
melted a ton of craft caramels. And
I know. It's caramely goodness all
Wow.
over the place. It's not
Oh,
hard to pick that one up, is it?
No, it's very.
And I'm not the greatest with aromas and nosing, but that's like the caramel chews, man, all day long, right?
I almost get some like apricot.
Definitely. That's a good one. When you try, and there's definitely some stone fruit there. I was trying to pick it out.
Maybe even a
Apricot's
plum.
great.
Yeah, some kind of stone fruit.
Stone fruit for sure. Wonderful. Caramel, stone fruit. Great nose. Let's see what the palate gives us. Wow. That's vibrant apricot.
Very
Vibrant.
I don't know that we've ever had a bourbon that is like apricot-y on the nose. That like
I mean, that's
is
vibrant
really in there
too. There's no mistaking that.
Is this aged in
still
apricot
get-
barrels or what?
you still get some caramel there. Am I right?
Yeah.
But boy, that apricot comes in like a freight train.
Wow. That was really, really kind of in your face. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Wow. It doesn't get dark. Not a lot of oak on that I get. You're really good at that oak stuff, more than I am.
There's a little bit of oak. It's kind of, I don't want to say overpowered, but the apricot and the caramel is more front and center than the oak. It's like a tad bit drying, I feel like, at the end.
Is it at the end? Okay.
And it's just a little bit thin for what you're paying for.
Okay, now I can get on your thin thing.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just so enamored at the front of the palate with the caramel and apricot that I'm not paying attention as well as I should on the back of the palate with the oak.
Very unique. Different. Honestly, you don't really taste that much apricot in too many bourbons.
No, that's wild. That's super vibrant, caramely, not super caramel on the palate, but a little bit of caramel, and boom, there's that apricot. And I did get on that second, third sip, whatever I just had there, the little bit of that oak and drying oak in the back.
I'll say I'm surprised that it's that thin for the proof. But again, we don't know the age.
No, but I think it's a great sip. $160 sip? Probably not, but super unique.
Give me that.
No doubt. Give me that for 80
bucks.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah,
I'm all in.
Solid.
Fantastic. All right, what do we got down here at the end?
So this is Ben Holiday. I don't know that we've reviewed Ben Holiday before. Missouri. It's a Missouri distillery. It says it right on the bottle. DSP number 5.
I think we did one Ben Holiday review on Patreon.
Yes, we did.
Other than that, that's it.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So this is the Ben Holiday 6-year-old soft red wheat Rickhouse proof Missouri straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
This comes in at 119.9 proof, and this was bottled in May of this year, distilled in spring of 2017.
Okay.
So, from what I gather, this was a distillery-only release. One of our patrons, Rodney Burns, thank you, Rodney. He actually swung by my house yesterday.
Get out of here.
He lives in Iowa. He didn't make the trip just for me.
Okay, good.
He was passing through on a business
All
trip.
right, well, much appreciated,
Yeah,
Rodney.
thank you, Rodney. And he picked one of these up for us.
Very nice of you. Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
So
do you have any idea of a price point on that at all?
I don't.
Okay.
Oh, he told me. It was between 60 and 80, I believe.
Okay. That's all right.
We'll call it 70 for like a nice median
price.
Yeah,
that's close enough. It gives everybody an idea.
Sounds about right.
All right.
But I saw soft red wheat, and I was like, all right, that's up my alley.
I'm trying to remember the other Ben Holiday that we did.
I think it was Castring.
And I find this nose to be a lot more pleasant than what I remembered.
That's really weedy.
It's very weedy and soft.
Yeah.
Very soft.
Does it say soft red wheat?
Does it? Yeah, very elegant. Very soft on the nose. Some light sweetness there.
Very light, like a diluted caramel-y kind of sweetness.
Yeah, even lighter than, it's hard to even say lighter than caramel. Is that even something you can say?
Well, imagine this. Put a craft caramel in a swimming pool, and that's your sweetness.
Probably.
Yeah. Or a bathtub.
But I like it, though. It's elegant. It's soft. It's nice.
Yeah, that wheat is definitely there. I forgot this was 120 proof.
It is.
This kind of reminds me of a Frey Ranch style of bourbon, because I feel like they're really playing hard on that red wheat, which isn't a problem, but you have to like wheat.
Yes.
Like a lot.
My first words were going to be very grain forward.
Very.
But on a good side, right? It's not very grain forward on a bad side. It doesn't taste bad whatsoever. But I think your analogy was spot on with Frey Ranch, where they try to highlight their grains. I believe that's what was the purpose of this as well. Very grain forward, very wheat forward, but yet still pretty soft, nice on the palate. A little bit hot. Is it a little bit hot to you? You're the higher proof guy.
Well, I haven't been drinking a ton of high proof stuff since I got back from vacation, or even when I was on vacation. So I'm still kind of getting back into the swing of things. It is a bit hot. It's 120 proof, and that I feel like the wheat doesn't help as much as I would have thought dial down that heat that you get from it. It's not like blow your pants off kind of hot.
But to me, sometimes that Larceny barrel proof is the same thing.
That's giving me Larceny vibes.
Yeah, but because that's hot.
Yeah,
that's pretty hot. That Larceny barrel proof stuff. This is kind of similar, but it's very soft on the palate, very grain forward. You get a little bit of light sweetness. I don't get any barrel char, any deep notes like oak note. Any kind of rough oak barrel char notes whatsoever.
For me, I feel like this is kind of a two-noter. You get some sweetness from like whatever carameliness is going on, then you get that wheat, but the wheat is complex enough that it makes it seem not as like boring as it probably does when I'm saying, oh, this is a two-noter.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it.
Yeah.
But I'm a big wheated fan. This might not be for everybody, but
very good point, because if you're not a wheated fan, this is definitely not your bottle.
No,
not at all. If you are a wheated fan, this might be something you get into. Price point for me might be a little high. If it's in that $70 area.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good offering. I think it's solid.
Yeah. I don't
it's
remember if I was necessarily the biggest fan of their cask strength.
Yeah, I gave it a
It's okay.
Yeah, one of those.
But I would give this like a higher rating than the cask strength.
I would
It
too.
was a good effort. It's cool to see stuff
would
being like focused more on like a wheat side, like a wheat variety kind
Sure.
of side.
Sure.
But I don't know if I'm impartial because I brought down 3 of the 4 of these, but this might be like my favorite lineup that we've done of just like newer stuff.
It is. This is really
Very different.
interesting.
Yeah.
All of them were somewhat different. If you'd rank them, what would you have? And I apologize. This is going on a little bit long, but this is darn right fun. That's what it is.
If we're ignoring the fact that
Yeah.
this is $160,
Don't matter. What's your favorite?
I'm gonna
to
go
your-
with-
to your least favorite.
I'm going to go with this first.
Ooh, okay.
Still Austin.
Wow.
I'm going to go with the Old Man Winter. Mm-hmm. Then I will go with this one.
Okay.
What was it? I'm thinking I.W.
McBrayer?
Harper. W.H. McBrayer.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one.
Wow. Okay. Well, this might surprise you,
I
but I'm gonna have to go with McBrayer's number 1
Okay.
because I just love that darkness and the richness and the molasses. Mm-hmm. There is a bit of sourness, like you said there, but
Yeah.
maybe it's because I'm such a Wild Turkey fan. I'm used to that a little bit. But I'm gonna go. This was number 1. This is number 2.
Okay.
It's just so unique and
It
so
is.
apricot forward. I loved it. 3, and then this one 4.
Okay.
But all of them were, I think, were very solid. It was
Yeah.
a good time. It was great.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. These are a blast for me.
So
I
they're
love
fun.
doing these kind of shows, bourbons we've never tried before. So thank you for hanging in there with us. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. We'll see you next time, right down here with Trent and I in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.